Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we're going to look at the sneak peeks for the Dwarven Holds.
Yes.
Yes, or cheesy runt little bastards, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they've done.
And this goes out to a couple of my special friends that... and you know who you are if you're hearing me.
Yeah, they were very grumbly. Of course, dwarves are always grumbly.
They're always grumbly. Again, this is in the general forum, in the forums under the general forum, under the ACS update thread. You can also find a link to it here in the sneak preview so far, which is a post Blonde Beer put in the dashboard.
Right. It's the first posting at the moment.
Yep. So, Dwarven Holds. Let's go and see what we've got. They've got the first sneak peek came out. See where this link takes us. It's thinking. Oh, look at that. 386 posts. Well, people are very vocal about this one, I guess. Yes. Or maybe it's different ones. Let me go back to page 1.
Yeah. Oops.
All right. There we
okay.
go. So let's take from the legal matters. This is just the standard.
Telling you that everything's subject to change.
Everything's so. Here's the news. See that all the magic that we've been hammering into your armor runes has gone to waste. A lot of them are said to suit armor, shields, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Runes that were removed. Mountains, crushing. Wow. Mountains was the +1 toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Crushing. Crushing was impact hits. Okay. That. Aegis was the ward save, I believe. Yes, magic resistance was the Aegis. Infamy. What was infamy?
It was a date.
A date that shall live in.
Yeah.
Infamy was gaining fear. Ether. Wow, I don't know what any of these things do. They're all, this was done perfectly by a fellow orc player who just labeled all Dwarven runes as BS runes whenever he did an army list for them.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of BS runes. I don't know what the Ether is. Just scanning through their runes, I don't see it. Brilliance was +1 to dispelling and casting and dispelling. Shattering was something shattering.
If it's not arcane, I don't care.
Doesn't appear to be arcane. It's not an armor. Shattering. I don't know. They had so many runes that some of them aren't even. They're all hidden. You don't even have them anymore.
I mean, they didn't have the magic items.
And storms. Actually, I think these are the ones. These might have been the ones on the items.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, they removed all those.
Okay.
Basically to make space for new useful runic tools because the runes were so non-useful. So, here's what we've got. The Rune of Retribution.
Okay, an armor rune, all right.
Whenever the wielder rolls a successful shield wall warding save and rolls a natural 6, the hit is transferred to the attacking model.
So then we know that they kept the shield wall rule.
This is telling me that they kept their shield wall rule.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like this rune, though. I think this is appropriate for dwarves. I actually kind of like this.
Depending what shield wall is going to be doing.
Well, yes. Yeah. But a 1 on, if you roll a 6,
I like the rune. I like the rune, yes.
I like the rune, and I think it's fluffy if it fits them. A runic banner, Rune of Dismay.
I just didn't like shield wall.
I still don't like shield wall. 1 to 2, 0 to 1 per army. Per army. Units charging suffer -2 modifier to their charge range. Okay?
Okay.
This was the old one. I think it had the die roll for it.
Right.
Now it's just set.
It's fine. So you can shoot them more with your war machines.
Yeah. Anyway. Weapon runes. Rune of Flight. This weapon can be used as a shooting weapon with an aim score of 2+, so it hits on a 2+ with 4 modifiers. It's only an 8-inch range, 1 shot. Strength is user. AP is user. Fire on the move, accurate reload. I'm assuming fire on the move is move and shoot. or quick to fire, maybe.
Quick to fire and accurate means
Accurate's no long range
no
penalty.
long range, I think. Yeah.
It's what it was before.
Yep.
And reload. Reload was something. Don't remember.
But reload was you couldn't stand and shoot.
Could be, yes. Shooting attack is affected by rules affecting attacks made by,
The engraved weapon.
including melee weapons use. Oh, this shooting attack is affected by rules affecting the attacks made by the engraved weapon. So this is a weapon rune.
Right.
Can you put this on a great weapon? Including melee weapon rules and other weapons.
Doesn't say you can't.
So the way I'm reading this is you can hurl your great weapon at him.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Are affected by... So your strength is your strength 4. Throw your great weapon. It's a strength 6 great missile attack. Okay.
It's a fluffy thing.
Fine.
It's only range 8. It's only range 8.
Range 8. How bad's that going to hurt?
And then you're not giving him one of those other runes that's chopping him to bits when they get in close combat. So
it's a good point.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to see a unit with... I saw a guy take like 6 or 7 breath weapons one time.
Oh, yes.
It'd be funny to see like a unit of like 5 or 6 guys with this rune
Yeah.
just walking around hurling strength.
Killing monsters.
Yeah. Stuff at them. Anyway, with an 8-inch range. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks really scary.
Yeah.
Anyway, if the wielder scores, and this is the Rune of Lightning, if the wielder scores at least 1 successful hit with a weapon engraved with this rune, the attacked enemy unit suffers D3 hits for each instance of this rune. The hits are resolved at strength 4, AP 1.
Yeah.
Any unit?
Yeah.
The attacked enemy unit suffers D3 for each instance of the rune, not for each hit. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So basically, you're adding D3 hits to
Well, depending on how many of these you can have, but yeah.
well, for each character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming each.
We might be like before. You could have up to 3 of them.
It's for each instance of the rune. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you put 3 of these on a guy, he's going to tear through a unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to hurt rank and file guys.
Yeah. I mean, strength 4 AP 1's not going to do a ton to a character.
No, but rank and file guys.
But rank and file guys,
infantry
that's
aren't
going to chew them up.
Aren't going to be very happy, you know.
No, that's actually kind of interesting. But it's an attack, not a defense, which it's a weapon. Whatever.
That's fine.
The Rune of Passage.
Changes to their weapons and armor never bothered me as long as they were pointed correctly. I didn't care.
Rune of Passage. During the movement phase, the bearer's unit may treat impassable terrain as open, but must abide by the unit spacing rules upon completion of its move. Okay. So you can move through impassable, basically.
Okay.
We've seen that before. That's an arcane item, or talisman / arcane. I think that's the general category for stuff.
Whatever their thing is for their trinket.
No,
they don't have trinkets.
No more trinkets.
They don't have trinkets.
They're
dwarves, yeah.
No, dwarves don't have trinkets, but ogres and vampires are carrying around trinkets. Okay, that makes sense.
It's like they have engravings, the way that one thing read.
Rune of Storms.
Rune.
You can have up to 2 of these per army.
Okay.
One use only. Last a turn. Can be activated at the start of any opponent's player turn. All models with fly in a single unit within 24 of the bearer. March rate and advance rate halved.
One use, okay.
One use only. That's really good, though.
It's really good. And having 2 of them.
Pins a dragon down, or whatever it is that... Okay, that's actually kind of nice. I like this.
So I guess it affects their own units, too?
What's this?
All models with fly? So the copters?
No, 1 unit. All models with fly in a single unit. In single units.
In a single units.
All models with fly in a single units. I think this is saying all models with fly in a single unit within 24.
Okay, so you pick the unit then.
I think you pick the unit. It's
that makes sense.
one.
That makes sense.
The way I'm reading it.
Yeah. I saw units and I just...
So did I. I mean... unless it's... Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the Rune of Discipline.
Rune of Discipline.
It can
Another
be
one use only.
What's that?
Another one use only.
May be activated in the assault phase directly after all charge ranges have been resolved. If the bearer's unit was successfully charged this phase, it may perform a combat reform. Combat reform follows the normal rule for combat reforms. Wow, that's really useful. Getting charged in the flank, don't worry about it. Spin around and look at them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
There was a character that does that in the Highborn Elves.
Yeah, I remember. I just don't like it as a general rule.
Yeah. It's a one-use only item.
Yeah,
I mean, the downside to it, of course, it's a one-use only item that may never come into play.
Yeah, it's just I don't like things that I work so hard to outmaneuver you, and
then you
have this item that just basically nullifies it. You already got steadfast and everything else.
Yeah, but we're not playing hidden lists.
Yeah,
but usually
doesn't matter if you play it or not.
So you know it's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, another one-use item, the rune of prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you activate the start of any movement of the movement phase. The bearer's unit gains fire on the move for this turn. Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know if he'll take that, but okay.
Interesting. Anyway. One use only, the rune of mastery. The bearer may add +2/+2
I was
to
actually
power level
hoping
of the next bound spell.
that they would do something with the handgunner guys for the dwarves, so they could move and shoot
Right.
effectively.
Yeah, didn't they used to?
They did a long time ago.
Way back.
Yeah.
+2/+2 to power level of the next bound spell. This indicates a major change to bound spells, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know what this means, but okay.
To the power level. So okay.
So it makes it harder to cast. We're missing something there with bound spells.
Maybe.
Okay. The rune of harassing. Runic Smith only. Enemy models within 24 inches of the Runic Smith has their siphoning.
Is that Sam Smith's brother?
It is.
Runic Smith?
Sam Smith or Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Will Smith's brother. Within 24 inches have their siphoning value
the less
reduced by
famous
1.
Smith, yeah.
And we saw the siphoning is replacing channeling, and it's something about it doing it a 3-to-1 ratio to power. It's in that Blondebeard.
Oh, okay.
Blondebeard posted that in the 9th scroll. There was something in there about that.
Oh, yeah.
When they did the magic thing.
Right. Basically,
I'm not sure how all this is working, but have their siphoning value reduced. So basically, it's going to negate channeling type thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Within 24.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, that's very dwarfish.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Seems like it's okay. Yeah, and we've seen the other. Remember, we saw the other thing. The elven thing does something with siphoning. Anyway, the rune of grounding. 0-1. One use only. May be activated at the start of any melee.
You might have more. You might be able to have 3 of those things. Runesmith's only doesn't say
reduced by 1.
Yeah. I'm just saying the other one says 1 rune.
That's a good
army.
point.
I don't know if they have that whole master rune thing still. That would be ridiculous.
What?
If it could be like -3.
But if siphoning's a type of channeling only gave you 1. If it's reducing anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, this requires a lot of knowledge of where we're going, and we don't know.
Still, but
looks like it could be because it doesn't say a minimum.
Right, stacking always gets me nervous. A lot of things are okay. That's one of them, and then you start bleeding 2 or 3, and that's when they get broken.
Like that thing you saw with the beast herd with the AP.
Yeah. That's when they get crazy.
One use only. May be activated at the start of the melee phase. All spells with duration last 1 turn, affecting the bearer's unit, and all enemy units in base contact with the bearer come to an end. Okay. Well, I mean, they used to have the ability to do this, right?
Yeah. I don't recall if they did or not, but
oh no, I'm thinking the Highborn Elves from way back. Had a spell that got rid of
stuff. One use only. You can turn off
drain magic.
All the magic that are going on in a melee.
Yeah.
The downside is you have to already be in the melee, and you may not get it off. But
and there's no way to. What do you mean, no way to get it off? This is done. It's a one-use item. It just goes.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's not a spell.
Oh, I thought all the runes kind of work like spells. I guess I don't know that, but
I'm assuming this works just like any
Oh,
of these
just
other runes.
automatically.
Yeah, it just automatically happens.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fantastic. You take it on your block and, slip it onto a runic smith. Anyway,
yeah. If that's the
looks
case,
really good to me.
It's very powerful. Yeah.
I
mean,
yeah,
it's very dwarfish, so it's very powerful.
it is. I'm just thinking. Maybe actually at the start of any melee phase. I'm thinking on this one is, I know, for those who haven't seen it, the orc and goblins base spell, the racial spell or whatever, is reroll to hits. So you fail to dispel it. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
When the combat rolls around, I'll get rid of that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is my turn. You still got to put up with it the turn before.
Yeah. Start of any melee phase.
Oh, of any melee. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
You underestimate the power of the dwarves.
Yeah.
How did you think there was going to be a negative?
Yeah.
Sorry. What are we going now?
Standards.
Standards. Standard of the anvil. I have up to 3 of these. Units charging enemy units engaged in combat with the bearer's unit may reroll for failed charge. Oh, okay. So it's to help your friends come help you fight. You're in combat. A friendly unit's charging into that same combat can re-roll their failed charges.
But only for the unit that has the banner. So you can't just put it on a copter and go crazy.
If the copter sits in combat, it can.
No, I mean you can't put a banner on a copter. As far
right.
as that was, yeah.
Good point. Anyway, but
so friendly is charging enemy units engaged in combat.
I mean, you have to already be engaged in combat, so that means you have to have hit them this turn, fought them another round, and then in your following turn.
Do you?
Yeah, because if you declare a charge on something, you're not in combat with it.
So you declare the charges.
Right.
You resolve this one first.
Friendly units charging enemy units.
You're engaged once you're in contact.
You're thinking if you roll your charge distance with this unit first, then other units re-roll it? Don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what the order of charging thing goes.
Yeah.
Do you actually move it or roll the charge first?
Yeah, because otherwise,
typically when
it would be more defensive.
The way the current rules 1-3 are working, if multiple units are charging the same unit,
right,
you roll all your distances first,
and then you figure out who's
getting in. And then you figure out who's in. Anyway.
So yeah, because otherwise, you'd have to be somebody that was charged by, and so this would be like a reserve thing. You were charged the last phase by your opponent, and now you're trying to bring guys in.
Right, you're bringing guys in to help.
Or it's a longer combat that you charged in.
Yeah, and it kind of based on this thing, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
There are dwarves dying out there, get into the fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of fits.
Judging by the Hobbit, they just kind of sit in their castle and come out late.
Yes, that's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Why not sit and wait till all your friends are dead before you go out and help them? And then they still cheer you for some reason.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Need to have that banner.
I like the standard of intimidation.
Yeah, it's got a good name.
I think all dwarves just have that to me. A unit with 1 or more runic standards of intimidation count as having 1 additional full rank for purposes of steadfast. Well, it's fluffy, I guess.
It's fluffy.
Not
fun to fight against, but fluffy.
No, it's fluffy. I mean, it fits them.
Well, it depends how much it costs, but...
It fits them, but they've already kind of made up for all this by making them very combat effective. Anyway, okay, whatever. Again, you'll have to see the rest of it. Maybe they're going to reduce their combat effectiveness, and this will make up for that. Sorry. Anyway, the rune of cleansing.
You're choking over there.
All spells with duration last 1 turn, affecting the target, immediately come to an end. Next successful cast enemy spell which targets the unit is automatically disrupted. Holy crap.
All spells with durations last 1 turn, affecting the target, immediately come to an end. Okay.
Oh, what is this? Is
So what is this? The battle rune?
battle runes that go on the anvil, I guess,
Oh, that's stupid. Oh God.
is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Because it's a battle rune. Or is that the runes any dwarves can get?
Who knows?
Wow.
So it stops the spell if it was last one turn. And the next spell against it is automatic.
Battle runes were what all the runic smiths can have.
Yeah. They were the ones we had the problems with. Or the ones I had the problems with.
Yeah, you're not alone on that one.
And then it stops if you try to cast again.
Immediately come to an end. The next a special enemy which targets the unit is on. So this knocks out 2.
Well, it basically says, yeah.
It knocks
gonna
out
take
the
it
one
off.
that's currently on them and make sure you can't put it back.
Right.
Holy crap, this is awesome.
So now you have to cast 2 spells on the unit next turn to get 1 through. But since it's automatic, you're giving up all your dice.
And this is in addition to this thing up here this one
yeah, but
that's automatically dropping something.
at least it was on the unit. That was
This
on
is
the
on the
unit.
bearer's unit only.
Yeah, that's carrying it, so that's a limitation. This is
Oof.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what the range on the battle runes are going to be.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If it's more than in contact, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with that.
Yeah, that's too much.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. Anyway, looks way too much. But
Yeah.
again,
Maybe I don't know how the magic works, but yeah, it looks a bit much. You can basically.
maybe the magic doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work at all, this isn't that bad.
Yeah. There you go.
And then target
The
must
battle
reroll failed to
oaths.
wound.
Battle
rolls with
rune
its
of
command.
oaths.
Oaths.
Oaths. Yeah.
I'm going to go with oaths.
Oaths.
OAF.
Yeah.
Oaths.
Target must reroll fail to wound.
Because dwarves are oaths.
Yeah, this is
Reroll failed to wounds. That's really good.
that's really good.
It's there.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's really good.
these all look really good.
I'll say the ones here look really good. I don't know about the ones at the top, but
These lower ones all
Yes,
look
the runic.
really, really good.
yeah.
Okay, well, there's your first group
Okay.
of spoilers. I'm spoiled.
Yeah, so the key that we have to remember is for everything that they improve, they nerf something.
That's true. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So you're right. So they must not be able to fight very good anymore
Yeah.
because they can apparently just automatically remove any spells they have going on them. Now that one is a rune, so it does have to be cast as a bound spell, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And if the bound spell is cast the same way, you get the bonus to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with their team of what do you call them? The guys the army teams that
Yeah, that seem to.
seem to be doing a great job getting them good stuff.
Yep, they get them good stuff, and everyone says that they're not any good.
Now I guess we're talking about Hold Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Hold Guardians are going to lose their base strength 6 and multi-wound 3 rules.
Okay.
And instead get their attack numbers up to 3 because they used to be only 2 attacks.
Correct.
And will be able to, before deployment phase, pick one ability and keep it till the end of the game. +1 strength and +1 AP. So they're going to go back up to strength 6.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If they take that.
if they take that.
But
So they can go back to strength 6, but
Yeah.
it looks like they're still losing their multi-wound.
Right.
Gain +2 to initiative. I'm not a big fan of that for dwarves, but whatever. And gain Vanguard. Another thing I'm not a big fan of for dwarves.
I don't mind the Vanguard, but
Okay, so that makes them better. And they get access to a 50-point banner.
yeah, they were problematic because they didn't have enough attacks, and so
Yeah.
they could be swept away. But
I mean, in theory, they had the 2 attacks of multi-wound 3. So in theory, they were really good against multi-wound
Multi-wound
monsters,
things, but-
like monsters.
with a big block of infantry against them, they couldn't put out enough attacks.
Correct. They got rolled up by little infantry.
Yeah. Conceptually, having the 3 things, Changing it so they have more attacks, I think, is a plus.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think they needed that.
They kind of needed it.
Yeah. Changing.
Getting rid of the multi-wound made up for the +3 extra. It made them more generally useful rather than specific.
Correct.
So I'm okay with that. I think that helped.
I
Because I never saw them taken.
No, you never did see them because they weren't. They just couldn't do enough damage, and maybe if they were, immune.
And they weren't fast enough to get.
Not fast enough, and they weren't
other guy
unbreakable. If they were unbreakable, maybe you'd last long enough to.
Because the other guy with his multi-wound models could avoid them, so they weren't that good.
Yeah, and I don't mind this. You can pick an ability. I don't like that you get to do it at the beginning of the game, unless we see a lot more of that.
That is true.
Because basically it means, who am I fighting? I'll always have the best ability.
That's a good point. As opposed to
I got to build it in my army list.
Some of the armies that have to build it into their list.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And I'm not a fan of the +2 initiative. Just
I don't think it's a dwarvy thing.
It's not to me. It's not a dwarvy thing. And the last thing you need is them hitting fast. In addition to everything else they do, it is their limitation, and it's one of their limitations in the game. So I don't like that one. Actually, if they said gain multi-wound, that would be better.
Yeah.
Than initiative.
Gain multi-wound 2 instead of 3.
Or and then you had to pay for these things. You got to pick the one that made the most sense for your game.
Yeah, because the Hold Guardians used to be initiative 2.
Yeah.
If they keep that, then this is going to bump them to 4 if they take that.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, strength 5, initiative 4 against, elfish or
strength
humans.
5, tough 5, that's going to chew some stuff up.
You're going to be very happy with that, and so...
yeah, and the ability, like you said, is the ability to choose based on your opponent at the beginning of the game makes this even better.
Yeah, I would expect these things, knowing what other multi-purpose units cost, I would think that's going to send the cost of these things through the roof.
Especially because you can choose.
And it's even, I'm talking about ones that have like weapons masters. You pay a fortune for weapon masters, even though you can only use one of the things per turn. So this is basically a form of weapon master. So one would expect that the cost of these things is going to be prohibitive.
Well, they are dwarves.
I said one would expect, unless they fix weapon master on everything else.
And I think you ignored this sentence, which we didn't even read.
Yeah.
Because of this debacle, the Guild of Grids is going to change their pricing policy a penance. So the buggers should cost you somewhat less.
Wow. So they get a weapon master-like ability at a discount.
Correct.
Everybody else better get a discount.
Yeah, so, well, I wonder, this really terrifies me if ogre mercenaries can choose their abilities at the beginning of the game. Anyway. Yeah, we'll see.
What they've done here with it, they needed to make them better. They were
they needed to
not well-designed unit. They make it better. The initiative one seems odd to me, and I don't...
You know what they should do? They should give these fly so they can keep up with that flying steam tank thing they have.
So they can protect it?
Yes. They need something to be able to go around with it.
I wouldn't mind it if they had a base stat line and you paid for these abilities, and you could even buy all 3 of them, except for the initiative one.
Well, they've gone away from all that.
Yeah.
Remember? That's kind of the whole thing of the game is to go away from unseen upgrades.
Things you can't see, yeah.
Right.
But, anyway, okay.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing there. I like the unit. I think again, like you just said, making it better was needed.
Yeah.
But I think they may have gone overboard, especially if it's coming down in price.
At least in the flexibility, they made it so flexible.
Coming down in price. That's you're not paying for that flexibility, and you have it. That's really good. All right, Dwarven Holds spoiler 3.
That's what you want to see, dwarves being hung.
Yeah. I've got one strung up on my Iron Orcs banner.
Yes, I know you do.
I like that guy.
Not sure how, because you can't kill
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
Okay.
We caught him.
I have a dream.
We caught him by himself.
Okay. So the usual thing saying whatever.
Deep Watch loses a point of armor. That can't be right. Okay. So apparently, no, it didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Never mind. War Throne.
Okay. War Throne.
On the War Throne, explain in 3 paragraphs. Blah 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 blah. War Throne loses Swift Stride, 6-inch bubble. Thank God.
Yeah.
So that was way broken.
Yeah. For
And
dwarves.
no longer grants frenzy to the unit upon its death, because
Okay.
frenzy was a penalty. So
Yes.
let's get rid of that. Instead of D3 additional grudges, it now grants 2. Okay, so average. So you get 3 total for the unit, 1 for the king, 2 for the throne.
Okay.
Still gives you the 18-inch inspiring presence.
Yep.
Okay with most of that.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of the grudges for the dwarves, but whatever.
No, I didn't like when they brought it up.
Swift Strides was removed because it needed to be. Thank you.
Okay.
Enough said there. We're hoping this changes.
Frenzy got dropped because it was just rules bloat. And
What?
It was just rules bloat.
No, it's not rules bloat. It was a negative. They had to get rid of it.
Yes, they didn't like to be charging off when they didn't want to.
The D3 mechanic was unnecessarily random. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't
We're
have
fine
a-
with that.
If you're going to keep grudges, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Understand the removal of Swift Stride may cause grief. Yeah, by only to dwarven players. How did they allow this to happen? Anyway, so it was seldom picked on. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're going to chase over. Okay, I think the Swift Stride was ridiculous.
Yeah,
on
me
this, Was on this piece.
Yeah.
Other than that, fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine. If you're going to keep grudges, stop the die roll and give it 2.
Mhm.
That's fine. I
Yeah.
agree. I don't have a problem with that either. Look at this. Dwarves no longer gain a free grudge against orcs and goblins and vermin swarm.
There's your nerf.
There's their nerf to go along with the benefit, I guess. Actually, this got nerfed. I don't know if it got cheaper or whatever, but this did get nerfed.
Yeah.
And the losing the Swift Stride is a big nerf.
That's a big nerf.
Needed to happen, but it's needed. Okay, so they lost their free grudge against orcs and goblins and vermin swarm. That's good because I don't like the free benefit versus one army. Even though, not just because orc and goblins are my army, it was just kind of anyway irritating that they got a bonus automatically against my army.
In the old days when
Unless
they
they built it into the other.
when they had numbers of armies that had these little things, it was flavorful. However, as this is now pretty much a tournament system.
Correct.
It's not a good idea.
There's
There's just no way to point that. So.
Yeah. And what's this? The general in a dwarf army can upgrade to become an oath keeper, granting 1 grudge. Oh, great. So there's more of it. Smiths, engineers, and thanes can all bring 1 grudge if they're the general. If they're generals. If your king is a general, you can also upgrade oath keeper for a total of 2 grudges. So it's only so they have 4 grudges for 1 model.
So that's the workaround. Okay.
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 Wow.
So they took away the chance and they fixed it at 3 and 2, and they gave
And
this
they guaranteed you 4, basically.
by giving it to the
Ooh,
king. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I hope this leaves you grumblers with a positive buzz. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
More grudges.
Nice synergy between hatred and the rune of oaths. Reroll to wound. Oh, great. Reroll to hits and reroll to wounds. Hee hee hee. Yeah, okay, Dwarven. Okay.
Maybe they toned down the war machines.
I'm sure something got toned down to pay for all this.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I don't know what you're talking about. Number 4. What else do we have? This gets better and better, doesn't it?
Disclaimer.
There's
we don't
another.
care.
It's got a little picture.
Yeah.
Says standard disclaimer. Blah
Like a
blah
dwarf.
blah.
Looks like a gnome.
The Ballista had its rune crafted upgrade redesigned. I'm sure
Okay.
it's for worse. All shots by the Ballista gain magical attacks and accurate. No to long range penalty. The model gains scout inside your deployment zone, so you wait until
the very end and deploy it.
Really?
That's ridiculous.
Key changes: +1 to hit versus flyer got dropped, but at long range it came back. I mean, it's pretty much the same at long range, right?
Well, it looks like from something else I read that they're no longer going to be skirmishers, so
No longer be
flyers are no longer skirmishers.
I mean, like most weren't, like dragons and stuff.
Dragons weren't, but I mean a lot of them. So
I mean, the only thing the only flyers that were skirmishers that I can think of were like the
units,
the raptor riders. And
it was the units. Yeah.
Really? They've always had trouble finding a niche, so they needed to be better.
It's because the cannons were so good.
Because the cannons are so good. Oh, can also be more sensitive to poor placement for line of sight. Oh, so I wonder if they're doing this for all Ballista. I mean, we have bolt throwers in the Galaxy and Goblins.
Yeah, I think the Scorpion's going to give this rule.
I wonder if we're going to get that rule too.
Yeah,
because they have the same problem, right?
The elves should have it too.
No, I'm serious. We have the same problem. The poor placement for line of sight makes us crowd trouble. Okay, all right. So that's something to look forward to for my army. I got that.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay.
All the other war machines were so much better that this wasn't taken, so this needs to get better. That's what we're saying, right?
They were better. They were really good.
That's just something. They were so much better that this was hard to be taken.
Yeah.
It's not that they were that great. It's that this sucked.
Yeah.
Ugh. Surprise their enemies, of course. Upgrade is called Runecraft, and oh god, that thing's
Better cost like 200 points.
Okay. Ranger's new minimum size is 8, up from 5. Total max is still 20. Okay. The 5-man diverting scouting vanguard is nerfed. Now you have to pay for 3 extra to do this. Okay. Diverting minimum size 8. Okay, whatever. So you have to pay a little bit more for the 5-man chat.
Yeah, but it seems like they're going to the number of armies are increasing minimum sizes, and they classified that as a nerf.
Flankers. 8-man units are not that much more expensive than FAF. 8-man units are not that much more expensive.
I think Aquitaine needs to raise all the knight units to 6 instead of 5, so that's a nerf.
Okay, so let's reduce their price and
so they can get some other things.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. Inscription on the stone. The hold stone. 1 use only. Can be activated any start, round, or combat. Enemy units can claim combat with flank or rear. Cannot be disrupted. Shield wall and parry can be used at any facing.
Oof.
Supporting attacks can all models consider front. Supporting attacks. This is all what it all. And this didn't really change. Except I think the shield wall.
1 use, it says it's done 1 use only.
But it lasts until the combat is over.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it was before.
Yeah.
The change is 1 use only because it didn't, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You used to have to challenge with the character, which, I mean, somebody in the unit has to challenge.
Right.
Didn't have to be the character, so that's not really a major change. The unit cannot be disrupted. I guess you could be disrupted before.
Could
okay.
Be.
No flank or rear bonuses, so it's got better. I don't know how it was straddling the fence between useful and useless. Disruption means you can't remain steadfast unless you're a bodyguard. With no more disruption, the hold zone becomes more viable. Yeah, I would say so.
Yes.
Since the character is no longer forced into a challenge, he wasn't before. Key contribution can be removed easily. The character's Ooh. Okay. This is meant for holding out, not winning and running down. Because you can't pursue with it. Okay. They just run and you charge them next turn. Okay.
Or you charge them with one of your copters that's floating around.
It's got a lot better.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this was good before and it got better. Okay. Whatever. Sturdy is removed.
It's very dwarfish.
What, this?
Yeah.
It's very dwarvish that you sit in a spot and
just stay there forever.
Just stay there forever. It is.
Yeah.
It's very dwarvish.
Mm-hmm.
But those anyway. That unit is destroying everything around it because getting supporting attacks all around. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Fear Hall is somewhat less than Sturdy is removed. No, Sturdy isn't removed.
I don't understand what that is.
Okay. They're saying Sturdy is removed, but now Sturdy isn't removed. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what the purpose of that was, but
I don't know.
kind of a joke, I guess, but
Yeah.
I just don't quite get it.
Because you're not a dwarf.
I guess. If I was a dwarf, I would get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
I understand. I'm happy I don't get that one. So let's go back and bring us to number 5 for the dwarves. I'm sure this will have all the nerfs in it. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Seekers.
Tiny tweaks.
Tiny, tiny tweaks.
Okay.
You're coming with me. Change. The attack upon death is set at strength 5 AP2 regardless of weapon rune. To make this rune simpler to understand, remember and use a small gain for PW seekers. PW. Don't know.
This is the unit.
I guess the unit. A small loss for the dragon when it gets a small gain for PW seekers. Okay. So it's set at strength 5. Seekers.
Yeah, because they're strength 4, but they were wounded on 4s, right?
I know what it's talking about. PW, paired weapons.
Oh, paired
Seekers.
weapons. Okay.
So paired weapons were only strength 4.
Yeah. So now it's strength 5. That's more than a small gain, but okay.
It's a small gain. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Anyway, okay. And the bigger they are change. Used to be swift stride against gigantic and large models when they charge. Okay.
So they gain swift strides when they're charging big things.
Seekers now also gain swift stride versus
Not just
target.
gigantic, but also large.
You're coming with me. This is the one, the you're coming with me. That's what we're talking about, right? Oh no, the bigger they are.
Yeah.
This was the rule that they always wounded on a 4-up.
Uh-huh.
Here they are, swift strike. So they lost that? Are they adding this or did they lose? The old bigger they are used to be... Oh, never mind. It did 2 things. Close combat attacks made by models with this rule always wound on a 4-up.
Right.
When rolling for charge range, if the charge unit contains one or more models of the following troop types, ridden monster, monstrous beast, blah, 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 gain swift stride for the charge range roll. Okay. So I guess you're still getting the always wound on a 4-up. It's just changing the charge range. Now it's anything gigantic and large.
And large, I think that's the big thing.
The large is the big... monstrous infantry
Is
was
large.
there before.
Yeah.
That was part of their thing before,
Okay.
but this is just...
Yeah, I guess cavalry's
is
got that
just
head
to
above
cover
thing, so it doesn't...
It's not going to work versus Cav, but
Yeah.
it didn't work against Cav before.
No, they didn't. I'm just saying,
It's just weird.
They count for the large when they're looking.
So
but-
all that is a rewrite for
That's
the
a rewrite, yeah.
for,
Okay.
the, for the new terminology.
Okay.
So it got better, right? Unless you used a great weapon.
The top part, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Forge wardens. These were the the shooty guys.
Yeah.
They lost their 6-up ward save and go down to offensive skill 4.
Defensive skill 5.
Defensive
Okay.
skill 4.
So they're more defensive?
They lost an offensive skill.
Okay.
Slight nerfing a unit's survival and fighting powers to become more cost efficient at shooting. Oh, so the price is going down, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think people took these very much because they're so expensive.
They were expensive, and I didn't see them a lot. But
Yeah.
if they're going down because they're losing their
Okay.
fighty ability, they'll be used more.
Yeah.
King's Guard. Shield's part of the base equipment. Still can't be used in close combat. These are the great weapon guys. King's Guard are cheaper. They're cheaper and getting a shield. King's Guard are cheaper, King's Guard are cheaper, but couldn't, for their performance, be priced down below a certain limit. Shield is part of their gear's free way of giving them something without dipping below some. So I'm reading this as they got cheaper. Note that the player's playtest army book at King's Guard
cheaper.
with shield is cheaper than a King's Guard
So
without
they're
a
dropping the
shield.
points and they're giving them a shield.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a nerf. I'm sure that's a nerf. Because now you have to carry a shield. It's a pain in the ass to carry a big shield.
There you
around.
go. I
You
guess
got a great weapon.
this is a unit that didn't get taken much, so
Yeah, it's not taking much. So we'll see.
they're trying to. That's basically what they do with infantry units that don't get taken much. They drop their points, usually.
Right. And it's not, and I really hope they're really looking at these things a little bit closer. It's not like we talked about the Ballista. It's not that the Ballista was bad. It's just the other choices were so much better.
So good, yeah.
And the same thing, I believe, with
I mean,
infantry.
comparing it to some of the best, war machine, the most reliable war machines in the game.
Correct.
Because the cannon didn't have the big minus like other people, so.
Yeah, it doesn't misfire and
Yep.
be done after one attempted shot.
Yep.
Anyway, shield wall. Wording changed so that getting charged in the flank or rear doesn't suddenly improve shield wall to the front. Shield wall bonus is increased only against the charger. Okay. Coldstone is activated. Okay. So it's just clarification, basically.
I was hoping they'd
Well,
drop.
they fixed it.
It would just be a defensive bonus, but okay.
It is. What do you mean?
I think it's just the.
It's the ward save versus the shield walls, the ward save. Right?
Yeah, isn't it sports when you're charged and when you're attacking, you get.
Non-special close combat attacks. And it's a 6-up ward save versus non-special close combat attacks, and it goes to 5-up during the round directly after they were charged. The problem was that they fixed is if you got charged, your ward save went up to 5, even though there's like another unit.
Right.
You're already fighting something and you got charged, and all of a sudden your ward save got better all around.
Right.
Anyway. So it's fine. And I'm okay. I like shield wall if the other part of it's not there. The Thunder's charge from
Yes.
Sturdy. Anyway,
That's what bothered me.
I didn't like having both. I liked it being better being charged. Anyway, Rune of Denial. Reasoning. Didn't we talk about this again? Wasn't Rune of Denial the one that gave you the minus to charge? No. You can dispel it. It's automatically dispelled. Okay, so it's a dispel scroll.
Oh, that's all they're doing. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So it's an auto dispel. They're giving it to everyone instead of just the Runic Smiths.
like other people. So okay.
Well, denial will be taken by any character. And bound spells brought as usual. So they're allowing the dispel scroll and bound spells.
That's true.
The only faction with a dispel. Wait, that has been shown yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying this is going to be the only faction with a spell scroll? Is that what this clue is?
That's what it imply. Yes.
Okay, all right. And they're anti-magic, but they have magic anyway. I don't mind them being anti-magic if they have magic.
That's our thing. I
I don't like both.
think we both agree on that one. Is we have no problem with them having all this magic shutting down, but having all these abilities to do things bothers us.
All right. Well, that's the list of all the punishment that the dwarves are going through.
Yes.
I'll have to talk to some of my dwarven friends and see how they're getting along,
I don't
drying
know. I
their
saw some
tears.
posts about a lot of angry dwarves.
Are they?
Well, the big thing
When are
is,
dwarves not angry?
I saw someplace that they no longer can cast lightning from the anvil.
Oh, okay.
That was posted somewhere, and that caused a lot of
Well, that was one of those things that was listed as one of the ones that went away.
a lot of anger.
Yeah, I think that was this one or whatever that talked about the. Remember, it listed the runes that went away.
Ah, that must be one of the ones.
One of those that went
shoots
away
lightning.
that we didn't quite
Yeah,
see or whatever was the
I
one that went away.
I really wish that the anvil didn't have any kind of it didn't do magic.
It just negated magic.
It just no, I don't mind it does things, but it's just not being magic. Like I didn't mind the lightning attack, but just make it a shooting attack.
Right.
Kind of like the casket, that type of thing, or that it gives abilities, and that's what it does. It's not a spell. I just don't like things being spells.
Yeah, the fact that there are spells is kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I don't care if they're bound or what. I just don't like it with the army.
Yeah, the storms was the lightning
Oh, okay.
attack that went away. This
Yeah.
one here. Yeah. Anyway, and the shattering was the other 2d6 strength 4 hits.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather that's what it did. It was just another shooting weapon.
A shooting weapon. Right.
Yeah,
Um.
and a dispel scroll thing.
So anyway, those are changes thus far to the dwarves.
Yeah,
Like I said, I'm gonna go try to comfort all my dwarven friends because I know they're crying in their corners, not happy about all this. So
yeah. So far, I mean, we'll have to see what more comes, but I haven't said anything that's going to stop them from castling in the corner and shooting the hell out of most people, and then waiting for you to get there and getting crushed,
yeah,
or sit back and and not fight them, which is a boring game. I just don't like the castling in the corner. I don't mind gun lines in the game. I just don't like castling in the corner.
right.
I think especially when you can't, it makes it difficult to approach, and then you have no way to get in and around things. It just shuts down, a lot of armies. But that's something I think they need to do about dwarves, so they are not incentivized to do that. And because I don't mind them giving more attack ability if they have more maneuverability to take objectives and stuff.
I'll tell you, a lot of the dwarven
You know.
armies are actually moving armies now.
Yeah.
The ones I saw, like the Mountain Mayhem. I don't know if you looked
Well, you
around.
have to
There
take
was no castling army.
yeah, you have to take
for
the
the
objectives.
dwarves.
Well, it depends what you're playing, right? Am I playing an ATC or if I'm playing
I'm just saying
what my role is?
Correct. I mean, if you bring an army you bring a dwarven army to an all-comers tournament, a one-on-one all-comers.
You're
tournament,
probably not going to castle because
then
you need to
you're
get
not
those.
going to be a castle.
You need to get those victory points.
Because all it takes is 2 players to say, "I'm not playing your game."
Right.
We'll both take 10 10s or 11 9s or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then just ruin your tournament because you
Right.
can't win.
Right.
So, anyway, that's the dwarves. Thanks for listening. This went for a long time, so
It did.
this was not a quick thing. So there you go. Enjoy your dwarves. Nothing with dwarves can ever be quick with us, with me at least.
Yes.
I'll take the blame for that one. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.